Coach, just general thoughts. It took a little while, but then eventually it started to wear on him pretty quickly.
I didn't think we had a lot of energy. And playing the way we play, you got to have energy. And I just thought we were kind of, I don't know, just didn't have energy. And you guard the guys who can make shots, and you don't guard the guys who can't make shots very much. You leave the guys that can't make shots, and you don't leave the guys that can. Excuse me. And that's what that cough button's for. I forget that. We just left guys who could make shots, and just dumb plays. We made a lot of dumb plays. We didn't finish anything running around, and this was a very, I thought, lackluster first half. And then miraculously we turned it up in the second half. I thought our energy was great. In fairness and in truth, we tried to do some things that we hadn't done with the pressure. And when you got really one day to prepare, it's hard. And we just made really bad decisions, and so we went back to let's go make everybody a player.
You said before you hadn't seen an ideal Jonathan Holden yet. Is this close to what you're looking for?
I think he can be a lot better than what he was. I'll be honest with you. I think he moved his feet better today. But I think he's just scratching the surface of what he can be.
Can he guard at any position on the floor? Guard,
No.
Center?
No. I hope that he gets to that point. I mean, to me, that's his ticket to being a great player, is if he can guard everybody. Ideally, we'd like to get to the point where we were, and whenever it was, 2010, where we could switch everything. KJ could guard out there, Devin could guard out there, Wellington could guard out there, so we could switch everything. The easiest way to guard ball screens is switch. But we were all about the same size other than the point guard. And if we could get to that point with these guys, I think that would help us. That's why I wanted to play Nate on the wing to start out with, and then when Billy got hurt and Brandon got sick, you got to have, if we're going to play at the pace that we want to play, then I've got to have 4 post guys. Or 4 guys who can guard the post anyway.
Sure your team didn't have energy because of the mill you fed
You have to talk to my wife about that, Bob, and I'm going to tell her that you brought that up. So if you're ever thinking about getting a meal from her, that's probably out now. So, they ate. They had an actual meal. When you eat pretty much a 38-pound turkey and whatever it was, a 12-pound ham, and all the fixing and trimmings, you have a pretty good day. They're good guys. They're fun to be around. They weren't very much fun to be around the first half. But we just did, it takes some time. We changed just not a lot, just a couple of things. But I can do that with Gary and Wani, and that's why we got to have Gary doing what Gary does all the time. I need him on the floor because I can make changes with them until we get to the point where we can do that with some other guys.
Playing the kind of game you're playing now has totally changed what Juwan does. I mean, ball's not in his hands as much because you're tripping in transition so much of what steals and what. Would you call it a sacrifice that he's had to make?
No, not really, Bob, because, Connecticut had the ball in his hands a bunch. And I think the higher the level of competition, I don't mean that in a deflammatory way in any way, but I think like Thursday, he's going to have the ball a lot more. We get into league play, he's going to have the ball a lot more.
I guess, kind of off that though, if he shoots 3 for 9 last year, it's not going to be a 30-point or 30, whatever it was, 30-point win for you guys. Is it just more because you have more around you now, or?
He doesn't have to go 8 for 9 to be a great player. He does so many other things. I mean, if you noticed, as soon as I took him out, they pressed us. They don't think about pressing us when he's in the game. The pace of the game's so much faster when he's in the game. You know, so he's and that's, you know, it's redundant. I understand, but we have to get into people's beds, and to do that, you gotta pick up the pace of the game.
Coach, with Brandon, looks like he might be back. You just kind of working him in slowly, or?
I don't have any idea. I honestly, God, don't. That's out of my hands. He was allowed to go a little bit. I mean, neither one of those guys have been allowed to have any contact, and you know, we talked about, you know, we've talked about this before, but you know, we haven't practiced. I mean, we just haven't practiced. Thursday we watched some film and went through their offense and how we were going to guard it, and that was it. Just got some shots and went over my house. And tried to practice yesterday, and they were not near as good as what they've been. But again, you're not doing dummy stuff very much. You're doing what you have to do to get ready to try to win a game. So I don't know. You know, hopefully we get Billy back. Billy, if we can get Billy to buy into all the other things, he's going to make shots.
Going into the LSU game, probably expecting a bit more physicality than you've seen so far this year. Is there anything that you alter in game plan going into that?
I haven't watched them yet. I mean, I know their personnel, but I haven't watched them. Their front line is as athletic a front line as we're going to play. I mean, it reminds me they're not as big as Texas, but they're every bit or more athletic than Texas. And all that, you know, weak stuff that we throw up around the rim, they're going to throw out of bounds. And we've done a poor job of rebounding the ball to defensive end. We were a little bit better today. A lot of it has been we're trying to get out and run too. So we've got our perimeter guys are trying to get out, and they're not rebounding like Lonnie really rebounded it a year ago. We're going to have those guys go rebound it in this game. They're going to have to help us rebound it. But their athleticism is terrific. Their point guard got, 38, 39 a game in junior college. He was a freshman, all-freshman team in our league. He's a really good player. You know, it's a matter of can they handle our pressure, and can we compete with them on the glass, I think.
Anything else?